like the way you...
Hi guys, welcome to episode 8.
Welcome.
This is our first video episode, and we thought, you know what, this morning we just wanted to share something with you. Well, actually, last night when I was doing my detox, my mental detox, there was a thought that came to me, and it was, I'm always thinking about the question, I think because we talk about it so much in our daily lives. How do I teach the kids, or rather, how do I make them understand the mind and stillness? How do I get them to understand that? So this was the algorithm that I thought of, because pickleball is a very big part of this house, because it's a very big part of this man over here.
Stop it now.
So I thought about this. If you, let's use the example of pickleball, right? So with pickleball, there's a ball and then there's the two opponents. The same like tennis. Rondell also loves tennis, so that's also a sport that's a part of our home. So in tennis, the opponents are hitting the ball. I remember watching this with you, and it was 135. Sheldon hit the ball 135 kilometers per hour.
Not Rondell, Sheldon.
No,
Shelton.
the tennis player.
Ben Shelton.
Oh, Shelton. Okay. So he hit the ball 135 kilometers per hour. So if you take how the mind works, the mind is each opponent, right? So you have Shelton and you have Novak. Now, the mind, Shelton is the past, Novak is the future, and you are the ball. The mind is the past and the future. So the mind is coming at you at that kind of speed with these thoughts, past and future, past and future. And sometimes, or a lot of the time, most of the time, you're feeling this anxiety of these thoughts always coming at you. And when you feel that way because of not understanding, or not just not understanding, but thinking that you are your thoughts, you become so anxious. You feel like you need to escape. In fact, a lot of people say, I need to escape my mind, because it's true. If you define yourself or you attach yourself to the mind, then you will feel like you need to escape it, because you have to be free from it, because it's compulsive. It doesn't stop. But what does stop, and where stillness rests, is in this ball. So you are the ball. Now, there's two questions. The first question, when this is taking place, can be, how do I stop these guys, these thoughts, past and future thoughts, from hitting at me, and how do I defend myself from it? Or the other thought is, how do I remove myself from this game? Now, whichever question you're asking yourself will answer the repetitive cycle in your life.
Explain that.
Okay, so if you're asking yourself, if you practically applying this algorithm, and you ask yourself, which question came to you first, and which question comes to you when you feel that way? Is it, how do you stop these thoughts from coming to you? I just want to stop it. Let me think about defense mechanisms, like let me have a drink. Maybe I can drink a lot. Let me smoke. Let me whatever. Yes, whatever your defense mechanism is, however you try
numb the mind.
Numb the mind. Thinking. It's an illusion, because you can't numb the mind.
Yeah.
It's a tool, and its job is to be compulsive like that. But if you get attached, if you are defining yourself through these thoughts, then you will never escape it.
Yeah.
But so that's the first thought, right? If you're asking yourself those kind of questions, then it means you're defining yourself through the mind, and you will never escape it. Then, if you're asking yourself, how do I remove myself from the game? That is stillness, because now you're saying, I need to get out of what's happening here, because you've realized, or we come to the realization that I am not this. Because in that moment, all of a sudden, there's peace. And what happens is when you become the observer or the witness of the mind, of the thoughts, then all of a sudden it's quiet. Why? Because the definition or the origin of life, your spirit, who you are, is no longer in that. And therefore, you now have stillness.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just what we wanted to share in this video episode, because we also made a decision that, you know what, if we are going to have video episodes, we wanted them to be practical. We wanted them to be, how do you say, something that I can watch, I can think, and I can apply myself instantaneously through being participating in this episode.
And again, it's like it's a daily walk. It's not, it's our lives.
Yes.
You said you had this thought last night.
Yes.
And this morning when I woke up, I always wake up early for some reason. And my thought was the ego is linear. But your true self is not linear, it's momentary.
Yes.
So if you get locked in a thought, like myself, if I get locked in a thought, it's always based on time. It's always based on
past, future, past, future, past, future.
And it's always based on, it's force-based. So it's forcing me to do something to get somewhere. And that's the ego. The ego is constantly narrating, right?
Because it's a tool, baby.
And a narration is not the movie. A narration is just someone saying something about the movie that's happening.
Yes. The voices.
And that's an interpretation too.
Yes.
Because have you ever switched off the sound in a horror movie or any movie? Just switch off the music and watch the pictures. I can guarantee you'll have a different feeling than when the music's playing.
Yes.
And so the music that's always playing is the narration of the ego.
Yes.
And telling you what those thoughts and what they're meaning.
Yes.
And so what you're explaining is how to become still.
Yes. And
that's what I was thinking about this morning. Exactly the same thing. I thought of two examples for myself. And the one was the entanglement. I have to share this. In Mark chapter 4. Because the questions they asked Jesus was, what's that?
You keep looking at me, but maybe you
Sorry.
you wanna just,
I don't know,
give us a glimpse of that beautiful face.
In Mark 4, right, what happened was, there's certain questions that were asked there. And one of the questions was, don't you care that we are perishing? And that for me this morning was a question that I asked myself. And then I started locating, where's that question coming from? Because it spoke of an entanglement with the storm. The storm can always happen, right? Your situation is your situation, no matter how you look at it. But how you get entangled with it is where the narration continues or stops, stillness. So it's not about escaping temporarily or having a numbing experience. It's really, how do you still the voice, the narration, so that you are no longer part of that storm.
Yes.
And so there was a guy in that boat that slipped. The easiest way, I heard this the other day. There was a podcast on YouTube. And the guy, I don't know if I must mention his name or not, but very famous comedian. He was saying he still does this today. He goes and sleeps when things get tough, when things get heavy. He just sleeps, and then he wakes up and he realizes that now he can deal with it. It's not
as big, yeah.
Because when I heard that got me thinking of this. It's that entanglement with the storm,
or the attachment to the narrative of the mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is constantly playing, which causes you to you can't cope with it. It's not really coping. We're not trying to cope here.
No. And the thing is, that's why the understanding of Jesus's mission was, I came to set the captive free. So your life being captive in this mind has been set free. We don't have to love. We don't have to attach our attention, which is your living force. You don't have to attach it to this narrative anymore. You can just observe it.
You can observe it.
You can just be.
How do you do that?
Well, how our kids do it is because every day we have being time, right? I first start by becoming aware or paying attention to my breath, my breathing. Can I feel the air traveling through my lungs? And then once I can feel the air traveling through my lungs, then I start tracking my heartbeat. Can I hear my heartbeat? And then as I do that, I'm now aware that I'm aware.
You're aware that you're aware.
I'm aware that I'm aware. So,
and those thoughts that you had before, where are they at that particular moment?
More.
They know more.
They know more.
So you are removed from the thoughts and the issue,
everything,
circumstance, whatever it is.
Everything. Yeah. I'm now just paying attention to, firstly, inward, what's happening on the inside of me. And the minute I begin to move my attention inward, then I am now no longer involved in the outward. And then it's just still, and I can't describe it to you. There's no picture, there's nothing taking place in that moment. It's just still. And you know what you become, Faithy said it the other day, you become so relaxed that you feel like you're sleeping.
You feel like you're sleeping.
But it's not like you in a REM cycle, because you're just, it's like you're not in your body because your body's at peace and you're just awake. There's no other way for me to define that.
And I feel like at those moments, it's where you're able to have that answer or that voice or that direction.
Almost always, yes.
Which is never sentences and long paragraphs and explaining and defending yourself. It's more like one word. Or
and it's a night. Like
this is it.
Yeah. For me, I almost always come out with an idea.
Yeah.
And I know that this isn't the idea or the answer, the thought that I come out from with stillness. I know it's not me defining myself through the mind or an action item from the mind, because it doesn't have past or future attached to it.
Yeah.
It's just fresh. Yeah. It's new.
Yeah. And I guess I'm just saying, this morning, that's what I saw in that whole story. It was that entanglement with the storm.
Yes.
And there was a sleep or resting consciousness.
Yes.
And out of that resting consciousness came like,
be still.
One word, be still.
Yes.
And that seems, if you are still entangled with the storm, saying be still to the natural element seems like foolishness. And immediately when those words from stillness came through, everything got calm.
Yes.
And even the people that consciousness that was entangled with the storm, marveled.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what came to me this morning. It's like you begin to you will begin to marvel, Rondell, when you speak from stillness.
Yes.
Rather speaking from defense.
Yes.
Working
action
it out.
Items.
Fear, failure,
and busyness.
I need to do this because
do. Yes.
if I don't do something, something's gonna happen.
Yes.
And I think that's the key. It's becoming more still.
Yes.
And speaking from that stillness, right?
Yeah. That's it.
I saw your hand go like she wants to switch off the.
That's it, dude.
Switch off the video.
I know, man. It's just awesome.
It's just awesome.
That's awesome. Our fusion is awesome. So there's this thing that happens, like when it's called fusion. By the way, we have fusion sessions. We'll talk about that on another episode, because we're going to check out on this episode now, or close this episode. You can follow us on our social. You can follow us on our social media handles.
Young people and your colloquial
Invisible
language.
First. We are on all our on all the podcast channels. Yeah, and thank you for watching. We love you guys. See you in the next episode, or listen to us in our next episode.
We'll see
what we feel at that particular time. Oh. or not what we feel, how we led.
How we led. Okay.
Better phrase. Right?
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
Bye.
Bye.